Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to the second episode of Mark Talks Season 4. I am your host for the day, Siddhant Mitra, and alongside me is Dhruva Jyoti.
Hi everyone, Marktalks is a first of its kind series launched by the Marketing Society of Shahid Bhagat Singh College. Our primary goal is to provide access to education, and to achieve this, the series conducts interviews with industry experts and leaders on unconventional and distinctive topics. This session is aimed to expand the knowledge of young individuals by offering practical solutions to various specific issues encountered in the entire corporate world. Now, I would love to kickstart our session with a small quote. Breathing clean air should not be a privilege, but it should be a right. Yet, in a world battling with rising pollution, achieving that seems to be a distinct dream. But one man is changing the game. Joining us today is
A man who turned this global crisis into an opportunity. He's not just an entrepreneur, but a problem solver at heart. He walked into Shark Tank India Season 4 with a bold vision to revolutionize air purification with cutting edge technology and walked out with investments from two of the biggest names in India's startup ecosystem, Aman Gupta and Vinita Singh. He is the founder and CEO of Airth, a company that isn't just filtering air but deactivating harmful pollutants at a microscopic level. Backed by research from IIT Kanpur and IISc Bangalore, Airth is setting new standards in clean air technology. From cracking IIT Bombay to scaling a business in this competitive market, today we deep dive into marketing, branding, and business strategies that are propelling Earth forward. Please welcome the man himself, Mr. Ravi Kaushik. We are honored to have you, sir.
And I'll be glad to participate and looking forward to this session. Thanks.
so, sir. Firstly, I would like to say you have a very exceptional and strong educational background as you
Yeah, yeah.
I guess sir left. Oh, okay, you are still there. Okay. As you have a very strong educational background and a IIT pass out. So I would like to ask, how did your time in IIT Bombay change your approach, and what was the defining moment when you decided to pivot from a scientific background to a entrepreneurship background?
Right. So, a quick background. I am born and brought up in Delhi. One of the reasons why I started working on air as a pollution challenge. And then I did my undergrad from NIT Kurukshetra and then graduation from IIT Bombay. The difference that I felt at IIT Bombay was the opportunities that you get. So I think and I believe all IITs and all engineering colleges for that matter are a land full of opportunities. It is up to us to grab those opportunities and get the best out of them. At the end of the day, look, you don't know what you are good at unless you try it. So give it a try. Maybe you will figure out you are good at it. For me, how it all shifted and transformed was me going in a class that was around entrepreneurship. So there was this minor that I did from IIT Bombay in entrepreneurship, offered by a school called DSSE, this ICT School for Entrepreneurship, and that's where I learned the from the basics, from the ground up and foundation, what entrepreneurship is, what marketing, what branding, financials, IP, etc. All of that I've learned from the people who have done it in the past. So there were great uh, people coming at IITB helping us with all questions and understanding the fundamentals of everything. I believe that kind of exposure really helped me, and that's where I also learned maybe I am good or maybe I am okay at entrepreneurship. Also, on top of it, a lot of my professors and then also friends were supportive in the way that okay, you are doing good. So they were encouraging. So great words from my professors and fellow teammates really helped me to get that and gain that confidence that okay, maybe I can do it. And that's the pivotal point where I told my family, look, I'm not going to a conventional job. Even I'm not going to sit in placements at IIT Bombay. What I'll do is I'll go for entrepreneurship. So my family was in a shock. My then wife, then girlfriend, now wife, said कि अरे गवर्नमेंट वगैरह या कुछ अच्छी जॉब ले लेते तो हमारी शादी आसानी से हो जाती. बट वो सब मैंने नहीं किया. एंड इवन माय पेरेंट्स अभी कोई भी जाके पूछेगा उनसे सो दे विल बी नहीं नहीं हम तो बहुत सपोर्टिव थे. बट आई नो दैट टाइम दे वर लाइक अरे क्या कर रहा है पागल है क्या ऐसा ऐसा रिस्क एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट. So it's better you go for a job. एंड उधर से मिलता आती है जॉब मिल जाती है हो जाएगा कुछ तो ट्राई तो कर. अच्छा प्लेसमेंट में तो बैठ जा. अच्छा पहली 3-4 कंपनीज में बैठ जा. सो ऑल ऑफ दैट कॉन्वर्सेशन यू यूज टू हैव बट एट द एंड ऑफ द डे you know what you want to do in life. I was okay taking such a huge risk because I was confident on myself. So that's why I took that leap of faith, and now I can say maybe I headed in the right direction. But for first 3 years, 4 years, everything was very hazy.
Right, so that was a beautiful answer indeed. And जैसे कि आपने कहा कि in the starting 3 years it was hazy, and then your family was also saying कि you know that you should sit for the placements, and then your then girlfriend now wife was also like saying all this. So you have this risk appetite since the beginning, or was there any incident or something which helped you become like this?
Yeah, I think when you come from a middle class family, you know कि घर वालों ने कभी भी बहुत ज्यादा पैसे तो देखे हैं नहीं. ठीक है. 3-4 साल और नहीं देखे क्या हो गया. Right. So at least for me, during your masters, you can get 12,000 rupees as stipend. I was able to. I made all the calculations कि मुझे अगर 12,000 रुपये पर मंथ मिलते हैं, so उसमें मैं क्या क्या चीजें कर सकता हूँ, how much I can spend, and still I'll be able to uh, pay my own fees. So I did all of that, and even if I had to teach people to make some money, I did that as well. And that's how I was able to get my family in Bombay for the first time. They were there. So मैंने पढ़ाया था वहाँ से पैसे कमाए थे और उसके बाद फैमिली ट्रिप एंड ऑल्सो थोड़ा बहुत लोन भी लिया था बट इस तरह से आई वाज एबल टू मेक दैट हैपन. सो from there I was able to figure out I don't need much money. 12,000 में से I was able to save so that I was able to pay my own fees. So on an average मेरे को पता लगा था 5-6 हज़ार रुपए में कर सकता हूँ रहने का अगर हो जाए तो. सो रहने का ही था प्रॉब्लम बॉम्बे में तो. सो वहाँ पे मैं दूसरों के हॉस्टल रूम में चला जाया करता था आफ्टर my after I graduated from IIT Bombay. So that's how I figured out कि अच्छा मेरे को इतना ही पैसा चाहिए घर वालों ने देखा नहीं है तो let me take risk. क्या हो गया 1-2 साल के बाद I'll be able to do that. But once you get the taste of blood, that is money. From there you set a lifestyle for yourself, and then from 4,000 5,000 rupees my standard would be 50,000 rupees, right? And then I can't go back to 4,000 again. So that's why I thought it'll be the best time for me, and that's why I was okay going for it. Risk appetite, nahi, it was calculated, and also like after 4 months, 5 months, अगर नहीं होगा कुछ, I was like कि ठीक है कुछ और कर लेंगे, but वो 4-5 months का जो goal set करना होता है, so you have a long term vision, but also short term you keep having some goals कि यार कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा है, then you have to call it quits, right? And then you have to do something else. But because of all the efforts that me and my team were able to put, we were able to get some that light of hope which kept us going. And now it has been 4.5 years for Earth. Last 2 years have been transformative for us, and glad that a lot of people know about us now versus what we were before.
Wonderful, sir. So, from the struggles you have gone through to where you are now, do you think was it all worth it? I hope so,
Yes,
sir.
yes. Yeah, yeah. That's why I'm here. Was it not worth it? I would be here. But had I known that it will take me this much time to be here, maybe I would have second thoughts, to be again frank. But at the end of the day, that's the fun. That's the exciting part about entrepreneurship. It's very blurry, but you're excited about it. You won't get monetary value, but you'll get satisfaction at the end of the day that you are doing something which you want. Right. So all of these, uh, maybe not. So it is not things that you are getting out of it. Mostly feeling of being right, being motivated, and doing the right thing that keeps you moving. And it has to come within, from within, and uh, it is very subjective also. For some people, it might be too much, and for some people, they are okay being in such type of environment. So that's why not it is not a cup of tea. It will be the most difficult thing that you are going to do. You have to take some things for granted. For first at least 2 3 years of when you start up, you are not going to make any money. Uh, and building the right team would be the hardest job that you have to do. So if you take these things for granted and you are okay with that, maybe you can start. And because at the end of the day, difference in expectation versus reality, right? That what causes mental disturbance, or you might go on a anxiety spree or a depression. So if you are okay with a few fundamental things that okay, this is what is going to happen for next 2 3 years, you can make your way out and make your way up.
Agreed, sir. And then you said something about expectations and reality. And also उसके पहले वाले आंसर में you said कि you have to call it quits जब नहीं हो रहा. तो फिर and I remember this line from Shark Tank that you were saying कि we started with the air purifier business and वो किसी ने नहीं खरीदा. So like how was your way navigating through that? What was your way?
Yeah. So first, look, developing anything, any hardware product in India is very, very tough. It's super tough. Uh, and just to you, so you know, when you have an idea to develop a product, just the idea, then mathematical model, then computational model, then you make MVP, minimum, you make POC, proof of concept, then you make MVP, minimum viable product, then you make prototype, version one, two, three. In all this, you do a lot of experimentation. That okay, what I am promising is something that my technology, my hardware device, my product is able to do. So you do a lot of rigorous testing. After all of this, then you go for a market ready product and you do a lot of third party lab validation for safety and efficiency. So it is a very long curve when you see and developing a product. So it takes a toll out of you. There have like you can't just write code and cull app ready, a cull website ready. It's not like that, right? So it's a collaborative work. A lot of people have to be there from various different domains, right? uh, so getting those people, making your way to build something with which can be scaled up. So it can't be a prototype, right? You need something. Now you might be making 10 of these, but you wish that you can make 100, then 1,000, then 10,000 per month, per year, whatever that scale, that number is. So keeping that vision in mind, you have to work today. So it's very, very tough. Uh, so we developed that we think that's the toughest journey, but then when you go into the market, the toughest journey starts from there. Where and we were the first one to test against COVID virus. We tested against black fungus. We tested against drug resistant microbes from various CSIR labs. So in terms of testing, we were the best, but still we were not able to scale up. We got RBI, OGC, Stockholding Corporation of India using our product, and we were helping them breathe clean. Just imagine the best financial institution, the most prestigious financial institution in India, RBI, was breathing clean air from Earth. So and just a small startup with which had like 4 or 5 people that time, right? Uh, so that was something that we were able to achieve. However, on a long term, after trying to from product development to trying to scale it up, we spent almost 3 years before we said, okay, now we have to pivot because we understood our consumer very, very well. I spent like every Sunday for 4 straight months. So just imagine every Sunday, 4 straight months, talking to customers, interacting with them. And many a times customer would say कि अच्छा उतने बजे कॉल करना 11 बजे, and you call them up and you say and they say कि अरे संडे है आज तो मैं भूल गया था, अच्छा आपको मैंने हाँ बोला था कॉल करने का, तो आप एक काम करो 1 घंटे बाद कॉल करो, फिर 1 घंटे बाद करो, बोलते हैं अरे शाम में करना, फिर डिनर कर रहा हूँ अभी नहीं बाद में करना. So all of that has happened with me, but thanks to all of that I was able to get uh, to know about their behavior. And finally, I understood it is not about technology. It is about technology that works, which is convenient and affordable. So efficiency is one, but convenience and technology on top of it help you to grow, and that's where businesses are made. So that's the reality, and we then pivoted, saying, "Look, you are surrounded by AC. Just imagine your day, right? You wake up surrounded by your room AC or home ka AC. Then you go sit in your car, go to your office. Usually, you are surrounded by car ka AC, and then you go to your office. You are surrounded by AC again. So almost 24 hours in a day, 20 hours we are indoors surrounded by ACs. What if these ACs can deliver clean air? Because right now none of them are giving clean air. So that's how we pivoted, and we are building something that nobody has ever heard of. Again, because of our technical knowledge, we were able to build something, uh, but then selling something that nobody has ever heard of, seen, or experienced was a different challenge altogether.
So, sir, you said that it was a very different challenge as it was not seen, it was not heard by anyone about your filters. You have a very unique technology actually. So, sir, how do you manage to educate the consumers as it is very different from the traditional air purifiers from like Dyson or Philips? So, how do you plan to educate the new consumers?
Correct. So that has been very, very tough because look, online sales are done mostly of commodity products. So मेरे को bottle बेचना है, मेरे को चाय बेचना है. So people know about it, right? And you just do some fancy stuff in terms of font, color, make it vibrant, sound add कर दो, graphics बहुत अच्छे add कर दो, ad बना दो, लोग देखेंगे, फिर influencer ले आओ, फिर एक celebrity ले आओ. That's how you grow. So it's the same path for almost every commodity product. But uh, again अभी ऐसा कुछ बना दिया यार जो कोई सर्च ही नहीं करता है. पूरा ऑनलाइन डिपेंड्स ऑन कीवर्ड्स, राइट? कीवर्ड कोई अगर बॉटल डाला तो मेरा दिख जाए, पैन डाला तो मेरा दिख जाए, ऐसा करके. बट अभी तो कोई सर्च ही नहीं करता इसके बारे में. अभी क्या करेंगे, राइट? तो ये दैट वाज द सिचुएशन दैट वी वर इन, एंड इवन एवरीवन हु वर सपोर्टिंग अस बैक देन हैज बैक्ड आउट बिकॉज सेइंग कि अरे यार ये तो शायद 2-3 महीने ही चलेगा तुम्हारा प्रोडक्ट, क्योंकि पॉल्यूशन की प्रॉब्लम तो 2-3 महीने होती है. बट थैंक्स टू राइन जॉनसन जिसने अभी बता दिया कि मुंबई में भी गर्मियों के टाइम में भी प्रॉब्लम होती है. बट दैट टाइम in 2022 and 2023, even people who backed us then said 2-3 महीना चलेगा, गंदा प्रोडक्ट दिखता है, nobody wants to do anything on the aesthetics of their house. So और सिर्फ टेली एनसीआर की प्रॉब्लम है तो कोई नहीं खरीदेगा. It took us 8 months to sell first 1,000 units. Now we are 24 months down the line and we have sold 30,000 units. So selling 1,000 unit to now 30,000, we know that we are still selling, still just scratching the surface, but uh, we see we are moving in the right direction with the right velocity and right speed. So what we have been able to do, to answer your question, we were able to figure out where people search for ACs, that is Amazon. We just focus there. And there is very small, very, very small category of AC filters. which were kind of useless, but we just targeted them first. So we targeted that. So whosoever was coming on AC filter, we made sure that they are looking on our product. And then once they start working on it, they start using our product. Word of mouth played very, very important role. Then we use PR, that is, you publish something on the newspaper, and then influencer marketing. So first, ads worked for us. Then word of mouth played the biggest role, I would say. Then it was slowly PR, letting people know about it. And then fourth, influencer marketing that really changed the game for us. It was very slow, steady process with right communication. So here the biggest role that has played was right communication. We were able to hire some people, some very good people, but we had to fire them because they, as consultants, because they were very good in commodity product. But when it comes to a new product which nobody has heard of, how to sell it, they were not able to do it. At least for us, this worked. There might be have been a better way, but this is at least what we figured and which worked for us and still working for us.
Agreed, sir. Indeed. And then, as you said, fourth was influencer marketing, and now I believe that fifth is Shark
Shark
Tank.
Tank.
Right.
Yeah, correct.
So now what I have noticed is you have two sides, right? Like this on Shark Tank, it was this whole kind of
Post Shark
overhyped
Tank 3.
side, like yeah, excited one, and now you are like more in the chill zone and sharing knowledge wali zone, right? So Shark Tank is so much about storytelling as it is about business. So I want to ask that how did you craft your pitch to resonate with the sharks?
So crafting pitch, look, it's very easy. Have you been interacting with your customers? If people are, if founders are, they'll know what are all the questions that usually when somebody is looking into on my product would ask. So big thanks to that, we were able to understand what are the questions that sharks are going to ask, and if you've seen our pitch, you would know that every question we have right answer for it. Uh, so again, we have been interacting with our customers, and that played a major role there. Uh, Overall, the pitch basically was, so we knew all the Q&A, we put it out there and made our own pitch. We submitted to the team, and then the Shark Tank team help us how we can make it relatable with Indians at large. So they did play a part with whatever information that we could provide. So it is a mutual game where we provide all the inputs, like this is what we think you should be putting out there, and then they with their creative inputs, and it's a long term, it's not like ek din mein kar lete. So you have to give it, then they work on it, and it takes back and forth almost 3-4 days. You are on mute.
So Ravi sir, you successfully gained Vinita and Aman in your team. So both of them are very strong in building consumer brands. So what specific insights did they share about branding and marketing Air?
uh, so there are some insights which, for example, building right distribution. So जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. So दिखाना कैसे है, online plus offline is something that I think both of them shared. We are on that process. We are working in that direction. तो दिखेगा बिकेगा भी. अभी तक वो ही चैलेंज रहा है हमारे साथ. You need distribution because everything that we have done pre Shark Tank, and still we are in process of finalizing different things, but pre Shark Tank, whatever we have done is our own will and our own distribution channel, that is just e-commerce and website, with no retail or general trade, no modern trade, BJ sales, etc., no dealer, no distributor. and zero collaboration whatsoever. So nothing. But now, thanks to Shark Tank, that we are getting a lot of proposals where we are in discussion with a lot of people. So we need to create more visibility with right distribution strategy, something that we are has been shared with us, and we are working in that direction.
Great insights, sir. And now we have noticed that you have gained Aman and Vinita in your team, and then your episode on Shark Tank has gained over a million views on YouTube. So, can you walk us through that? How has the journey of Earth been pre and post Shark Tank? Like, what have been the major differences?
The look for us, the major difference was nobody wanted to work with us before Shark Tank because it is hardware, it is R&D based company. Post Shark Tank, people are willing to work with you. We get overwhelmingly more applications for any job post that we put out there. So that definitely there's a difference. And at the end of the day, that's what you want, right? Not just all the software companies are doing the cool job. We are also doing a really cool job and helping people at the same time. It's you want to build a very strong team, and it's great if people are willing to work with you. So that has been the biggest uh, factor for us. People overall willingness to join us. And second is before Shark Tank, as I said, no distribution channel, right? And now we've got more than 400 partnership requests from India and across the globe. You won't believe we've got applications, requests to become a channel partner from all the neighboring nations: Myanmar, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Pakistan, every neighboring Sri Lanka, every neighboring country. Then from Southeast Asia, Middle East Asia, even South America, Italy, etc., Philippines. So it it has been crazy in terms of how the reach of Shark Tank is huge. It's massive. So we only had it theoretical that we are making something which is first in the world, which we definitely were confident of, but will have global demand. That was theoretical. But now, thanks to Shark Tank and the reach that now people coming to us, we have validation as well. That look, that is why we were saying that it has global reach, and we believe we can go global.
Okay, sir, that was a very encouraging insight. So, sir, in Shark Tank itself, we have seen many startups that struggle to transition from the startup buzz to a long-term brand building. So, how is Earth sustaining the momentum beyond the show?
Uh, so we are working on that. Will take some time, definitely. Uh, I don't know what would be the right answer because if I knew the right answer, we would already be working on that, right? Uh, but again, at the end of the day, the mission that we are on, right, is providing, making breathing cleaner reality. We are still on that mission because the mission remains the same, the path remains the same. That's a huge leap that we have got thanks to Shark Tank in terms of visibility and branding. We've understood what are the critical areas where we need to work upon. So, since we are representing such institutions of prestige, uh, we would like to be technically very sound. You have to increase perceived value of your product. You have to give value for money for to your customers, and you need right validation so that you can let your customers know this is what I'm doing. And then after good after sales support, I think that's where we've been lacking. So YouTube पे भी हमको काफी गालियां पड़ी है कि भाई फोन तो उठा लिया करो. So yeah, I know there are a lot of things that we are lacking, but with a very small team, I'm really proud of what we've been able to achieve till date. I know there is a lot that needs to be done, uh, and we are hustling. We'll be there. in some time.
That's a great answer, sir. And then, as you said, that your mission is pretty clear, and that was pretty very well validated on Shark Tank as well, because you had plenty of offers on your table. And that also involved some drama during the pitch, especially that intense negotiation between Anupam and Aman. Can you take us through that moment, that what was going through your mind and whilst you were accepting the deal?
Yeah, that was very, very intense actually. Uh, it was much longer than what was shown. But yeah, it was intense. In my mind, it was like, so बहुत ज्यादा लंबा चला था यार हमारा ना negotiation. Even if I recollect, so पहले only Vinita was giving an offer, and then uh, it was then Anupam gave an offer, then Aman gave an offer, then both of them, then negotiations started. So in my mind, it was clear that they are interested. There was one moment where we also went backstage to talk to somebody, my mentor Anand Sharma, also my financial advisor uh, and strategy advisor, but that was not shown because I think we were lacking time. They had to cut down to 20 minutes, although the interaction that we had was 1 hour and 20 minutes overall. So that part was not shown. And so there were a lot of things that are still not shown. But at the end of it, I was like, if I'm getting two sharks at better valuation, right? I should go for that. I asked Anupam sir if he can join. To which he said that I know कि धंधा बहुत बड़ा बन सकता है तो मेरे को अकेले ही चाहिए. So he was pretty uh, he was fixated on that अकेला ही और he, अच्छा chunk चाहिए of equity, and it shouldn't be uh, a game where he's playing along with other sharks. And अगर दो sharks better valuation पे आ रहे हैं, so that was the ultimate like deal for me, and that's why I chose uh, Aman and Vinita. Although थोड़ा और लंबा चलता तो अनुपम भी उसी वैल्यूएशन पे आ जाते. Although, but it was a great experience and great to see people of that caliber fighting for what we have built. So that was most satisfying moment for me.
Wonderful, sir. Sir, apart from the Shark Tank incident, let's go to our next segment. That would be scaling and distribution, which is a very important sector for your company. So, sir, air purifiers are basically seen as premium or expensive products in India. Middle class people doesn't seem to use it even in Delhi, where the air pollution levels are beyond the roof. So, how do you balance affordability with premium positioning in in your marketing strategy?
I think that's the base, that's the fundamental where we stand. We say that we are the most effective air purifiers and yet affordable. So we've recently done another test at IIT Bombay after Shark Tank, where we have compared ourselves with ACs that say that they come with inbuilt air purifiers. So I can share the report, but if you see, we are 5 times better than those. So they give only 20% efficiency. We have 80 to 90% efficiency in real life. So that's the difference we have when we talk about AC with inbuilt filters. But and when we talk about air purifiers, as you were saying, so I am open to any challenge that we can outbeat a 60,000 ka air purifier by Dyson any day. So that kind of confidence we have, and we have proven many a times in various setups. And what you get for 60,000, we are delivering it at 3,000, 3,500 rupees. So that's the difference that we are making. What we are saying ultimately is, look, during the most polluted season, either you purchase 10 to 50,000 rupees ka air purifier for one room and for 3 months, because anyway, which ways you are not going to use your AC or air purifier for more than that, 3 months only. So either use 10 to 50,000 rupees for per room to get clean air, or you use 3,500 rupees for and put it on a device that you are not going to use any which ways. That is your AC. Every AC has a fan mode. Just put it on fan mode, and the electricity consumption will be 40 to 50 watts. Still lesser than an air purifier or equivalent to an air purifier, which consumes 50 to 60 watts. So if you really want yourself to breathe clean and your family to breathe clean, this is the most affordable and most effective solution out there throughout the globe. And during summer season, any which ways you are going to forget your air purifier, you are not going to use it, although you spend a lot of money. But what we are saying, we have a summer version also. India is very polluted, and again, thanks to Nikhil Kamath and that podcast, WTF podcast, Brian Johnson, where we have seen the sea-facing apartment also had such bad air quality. So you are going to use ACs in Mumbai. Everyone is using AC even during that period, right? You can put our system without compromising on cooling or electricity consumption. You can breathe clean, and we might able to help your AC for elongating its life and reducing maintenance. Uh, I don't think there is anything that is near to us that has been built in near future in terms of innovation and how affordable it is and still be able to do its job. Uh, so we are trying to be that honest company which is backed by scientific evidences and is able to do its job. And yes, I will agree if you say it is the most ugliest product. I agree, but it does its job. That is, it helps you breathe clean. So at the end of the day, what do you want? You want your AC to look aesthetically better, or you want your lungs to be cleaner? The choice is yours.
Agreed, sir. Indeed. Like this humility and honesty of yours is what actually got you the deals, right? And I want to ask that as a viewer, we know that what happens in the tank, right? And then we have got some insights that what happens before the tank as well. But can you tell us about that? What happens after you have been given offers, and then what happens after the tank, like due diligence and all?
Yeah, correct. So you get a check, then you get the number of their teammates. For example, Aman's team and then Vinita's team. You connect with them, you get on a call to take it forward, and then the due diligence process happens. And so that's a basic fundraising process. That is due diligence. You discuss on SSHA, that is shareholder agreement, and you finalize, and then you get money on escrow, and then you get transferred to your account, and that's how you take it forward. So that's standard process. For some startups, the problem remains that I don't know why, but maybe it's problem of plenty for sharks, but not all startups are reached out to or entertained. Some are given more preference than others. Shouldn't happen, but that's the reality. What we have seen over LinkedIn and from other various founders that I have interacted with. So that what happens for different founders, the experience might be very, very different. Post Shark Tank.
Okay, sir, that was very insightful. Sir, be it D2C or retail partnership, what has been Air's primary growth strategy and what is the channel that was proven most effective?
For us, e-commerce proved to be the most effective now because of thanks to influencers, then our performance marketing that we have recently started, ads on Google Meta, etc. And then now, because again, thanks to Shark Tank, because of these three factors, now Earth as a brand is also uh, in terms of volume search is there, and our website has grown exponentially. Also Amazon has grown, but now it is comparable. Previously, what was happening on Amazon, what happens on website was like 5% only. Now it is 50 to 60%, and both have grown. So We are people. If you're getting orders from your website, that means you're building more of a brand. Uh, so that's what we are trying to do, and focusing and be let to be on the in the right path with these strategies of right influencer marketing, with right communication, and then right performance marketing with right communication again. So these two things take you a long way. Hopefully, we'll get a celebrity sometime soon.
Great, sir. And just adding on to this, that if you could have any celebrity, you could. So, who would be your first three preferences for Earth?
So I have not thought it through, and I won't be in a position to even say the names because किसी को बुरा लग गया, किसी को अच्छा लग गया. So वो that kind of risk I can't take at this stage when I have not thought it through. If I were in communication or conversation with any, I would have taken their name. But अभी तक तो नहीं है यार. But I hope that happens soon, and then I'll be shouting their name out.
Indeed, sir. We hope this same. And now, as we are nearing the end of the podcast, we want to do a quick rapid fire round with you regarding the sharks. So, are you down for it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, first up is Viraj Bahl or Varun Dua. Who would you choose?
Viraj Bahl,
Viraj Bahl or Ritesh Agarwal?
Ritesh Agarwal,
Ritesh Agarwal or Piyush Bansal?
Ritesh Agarwal,
Ritesh or Namita?
Ritesh,
Ritesh or Kunal?
Ritesh,
Ritesh or Anupam?
Anupam,
Anupam or Aman?
Aman,
And now the final question is Aman or Vinita?
both.
That's great. And now my final question is that do you have any advice for the upcoming generation and how they should breathe clean as we have seen after the Brian Johnson and the Nikhil Kamath incident? What are your final thoughts on the podcast?
Look, to breathe clean, I think Earth will still be the best solution. And if it doesn't work, do call me up and send it back. So that's the best advice to breathe clean I can give. Then second question, what can entrepreneurs or wannabe entrepreneurs can do? I think that would be focusing more on the problem that you are solving and less on the technology that you have. Because I think everyone is very attached to their product, their app, their solution, their hardware product, that they forget what's the ultimate problem they are solving. Look, you will be able to get mentors with you if you are solving the right problem, which has right scale. You'll be able to get teammates whom you won't be able to pay at the market standard only because they would like to work for the cause that you are working upon, not because you will be able to give them ESOPs or variable. So I think एट द एंड ऑफ इट प्रॉब्लम इतनी बड़ी पकड़ो यार कि पूरी दुनिया इस चीज में लग जाए कि यार ये कंपनी सक्सेसफुल होनी चाहिए, right? So that should be the problem statement you have. Solution can differ. For us, the problem statement is want to help people breathe clean. The method has changed if you see over our course. First it was air purifier, now it is ACs. So now method has changed, technology has changed, but mission remains the same.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for attending in this session. We have learned a lot from you.
Thank you very much. It was interesting to discuss all these points, and some of them were very thought provoking. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this was episode 2 of Mark Talks Season 4. This was Siddhant. Alongside me was Dhruva Jyoti, and we had this wonderful session with Mr. Ravi Kaushik, sir. We hope to see you soon again, sir. And till then, you can leave your suggestions down in the comments. Do like, share, subscribe. That's it. Thank you. Signing off.
Okay, guys, then I'll drop off. Thank you very much, and it was interesting to discuss.
Thank you, sir. Any
Thank you,
feedback for
sir.
us to improve in the future?
Uh, no, it was great. I think the only feedback I would say is for maybe for people who are in Delhi, you might want to have in your college because
Mm-hmm.
that vibe, right? And podcast in a certain way, you are accustomed to see them in a certain way because right now what we are doing is kind of COVID era,
Mm-hmm.
so people don't want to be associated with that because they have bad memories associated with it. So that's the only suggestion. But I'm sure with time you'll also grow and figure out the logistics of it. But apart from that, content wise, it was good. Flow was good. You've done your background work. That was very very good. So that's what you want ultimately. The you framed the questions in a right way. Uh, so everything, the content wise and planning, management, everything was very good. So great what you guys are doing.
Thanks a lot, sir, for the feedback. We'll be definitely working and hope that we can see you offline soon,
Yeah,
sometime. Yeah.
sure.
So
Okay.
that was it. Thanks a lot for
All right.
joining.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot,
Thanks,
sir.
guys. Bye.
Thank you.